What, no music? I'm only teasing. All right, welcome to Sound Off. I'm your host, John Blaschke, and you might be wondering what's with the get-up today. Well, I have some news for those of you viewing at home. Unless you watched Gus's show on Friday, I announced the end of my term here on Sound Off TV. Not only Sound Off, but with Soundview. I'm going to WDTV in West Virginia. So I thought I'd dress the part, just for the job that you want. Have some fun with it while I'm at it. But it's probably going to be the last episode of Sound Off for a while that you're going to be seeing, at least the last one with me as the host. But as one door closes, another opens, all those cliches that we would like to hear to comfort ourselves. I have a very special guest tonight. I found him on the street. I barely know him. I'm just kidding. He's my friend's. He's my brother's friend, James Gandolfini. Adinolfi.
Yeah, that's good. No,
he doesn't know who James Gandolfini is.
Hi, I'm very glad that I could be your last guest on this show.
I'm sure everyone at home is appreciative of it too.
Oh, of course.
Thank you all for viewing.
The big name I have.
Oh yeah, no, this guy. I was informed by Gus Montanera here that he's not only the first famous comedian to be on this show. We've had Lisa Minnelli, Lampinelli, Lisa Lampinelli, who went on to, she was from Trumbull, much like James here, young James, and she's got her start. Her first television appearance was on Gus's show many years ago, and she went on to her own HBO special. She was on The Apprentice. I don't know if she got fired. I don't think she ended up winning, but she made it to she went out to big things, and perhaps our friend James here will as well. He's a pretty funny guy.
You can only hope, man.
Of course. I mean, I've spent some time with him. He's been over my house. He's my brother's friend, so he's got some quips, and he's actually performed at. He's had a few performances. This is his first television appearance, but hopefully it's the first of many.
Yeah.
So, James, mind telling me a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm just I'm a quiet kid, man. I don't talk much.
It's always the
was raised in a single-family home. Worth as much as a dime at the moment, but it's pretty good. I started stand-up about a year ago, so I just thought getting on a show would put me ahead or something. But that brought me here.
It's a good foot in the door, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's good to know people. It's all about who you know.
To be sitting next to Clint Eastwood right now is a real experience. So.
Partner.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not anything special. I feel like I'm just as special as any other person that could come on this show.
Well, that's the whole point of this show. It's to focus on the individual aspects of what we all do here, in Stratford, or in your case, Trumbull. So we're glad to have you on the show.
Of course, and I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here.
No matter how insignificant we see.
Yeah, to be the third guest on a show.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You're the closing guest, all right?
Yeah.
You got to go out with a bang here.
But
so I'm sure it'll be a real riotous act.
Yeah.
So we got another 27 minutes to fill. Go ahead, spit something off the top of your head.
You want me to do a joke, man? Let's talk.
Yeah, we'll get around to it. So what inspired you to get into comedy?
I have family. I have a lot of family that's really into comedy. None of them good. They just like telling jokes.
Yeah.
So.
It's the human.
Yeah. No. My grandma, she's a great comedian. I mean, no one laughs, but. All of this inspiration, I just thought, maybe I could make a career out of it or something. I also love being on camera, love being the center of attention. That's kind of the narcissistic.
I was gonna say a bit of an ego.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing you any real favors bringing you on here.
No, definitely not. But
kind of, building that monster that.
Okay. Years down the road when they're like, oh my God, what happened to that guy?
Yeah.
Well, they'll look back at this.
It'll be my fault, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a heavy weight to put on my shoulders.
Shit on your career,
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I thought let's go through that charade once, go on stage, and then I end up liking it. So that goes through.
You like the feeling of having a crowd in the palm of your hand?
Yeah,
Waiting
I
on
like
every
the
word.
feeling
Yeah.
of, I want everybody's attention. I actually think I'm a firm believer. I think bombing's probably funnier than actually delivering like a really good joke.
Oh, yeah.
Because just the thought of
The performance aspect of it, you know?
you
It's like you're really,
I mean, you're
putting
standing there. You're standing there. You want all these people's
Yeah.
attention, and then
You're putting yourself out there, and you just rejection.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
pretty. That's.
I
pretty
think
much
that's what I'm
comedy in
used
its
to.
purest form. Yeah.
no, and I think stand up is. When I think people ask why do you do stand up, I just think I want to be like the disappointment of my family.
Wow. I mean, that's something to strive for. We all have our own goals.
Yeah.
So, what really inspired you to be that disappointment?
As a kid, I just always screwed up
Yeah,
at
just-
every sport that
okay.
I did.
The
I
Freudian
played
way to look
baseball
at it,
for a
yeah.
while. I played baseball. I was really bad.
Oh,
It was really bad.
Come on.
But my parents loved baseball, so I tried it for a while.
so you did it to make them happy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I did another sport. Try to make them happy,
Yeah,
and then
how'd that work out for you?
I sucked.
You can't make them happy.
So I
Don't make
finally.
everyone happy.
I finally came to the conclusion. I said, let me do something that they don't want me to do. I went to a trade school. That's how I met your brother.
Uh-huh.
And that was all planned. They want me to have a solid job or something. But I decided, screw making great money for the rest of my life. Why don't I?
Yeah. What did you go to school for?
Yeah, I went for carpentry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you went to make friends, really. You didn't really go for the wood. You went for the good old times.
Yeah, I guess.
It
I mean, I could have picked a better school than technical school to make friends, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I know myself. I didn't go to tech school
Yeah.
or trade school, whatever you want to
It's
call
something you don't want to go through unless you want to live a boring life.
it. Well,
No
I wouldn't
offense to
say
anybody.
that. Yeah, shit. Well, I mean,
I
aren't
want to
you
live
in
life on the
offensive
edge,
short
man. I want to
comedy?
live life
Live
on.
life on the edge
Yeah.
as a comedian.
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
mean-
you're ready for the hustle and bustle of comedy life, living couch surfing and all that.
Yeah.
It's a real strenuating sort of lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how I want to live, man. Room to room.
Doing comedy on the street corner.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Making pennies for tips.
that's cool.
The
We all gotta
dollar
start
menu
somewhere.
at McDonald's being my
So
only
this is
friend.
kind of like a bit of a highlight. You did a few things on stage. You go on TV, and then right to the street corner.
Yep.
Doing
No, this is
comedy
the
for
end. This is the end.
cheeseburgers for a hot meal.
No, I think that I honestly think, but besides all what I'm saying, I think that everything that I've been through to this point has led me to comedy. Everything I've been through in my life pushed me to a direction that I'm going, and I think that I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
Even I know that's pretty.
Well, it's important that you think that you're funny. If you do it to make yourself laugh, you'll always be successful.
Yeah. That's the thing. I make myself laugh, but other people, they don't laugh sometimes.
Yeah, and that's funny. That the fact that other people don't laugh is funny in itself. But some people there's like two ways to look at life: the Greek way as a comedy or a tragedy.
Yeah. But
So
like,
about what
I
you
mean,
think.
I'm not just fully into comedy. I mean, I love comedy. I love doing stand-up. I love being on the stage. I'm going after this career in film. I love being around cameras. I love an image coming to life, stuff like that. So, all of that comes to mind when I.
So you seem to be a bit of a creator. So you like to you start off in carpentry, and then you like creating stuff in general, and then creating jokes. How do you go about creating these jokes? Like, what exactly do you look for?
Well,
in your comedy?
what I do is I put myself in the situation. So I put myself I think in my mind of a person doing some type of thing, and if it makes me laugh, I write it down, and I just have to get the punchline out of that. But
So stealing people's jokes.
no, no, I would think more of I think of something in my mind that I find funny, and I think of it in a cinematic way. So I think of a joke as if it was a movie, and then I spin it, write it, and make it into my own thing. And I think that what I do is pretty cool. But,
is there a particular brand of comedy that you do?
I like observational comedy at the moment, but I like to dabble in whatever I can. I mean, I think trying new stuff is the fun of it. So
I don't know. You seem to be kind of into the self-deprecating humor too.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
taking that ego down a notch.
I just, I don't. The thing with self-confidence is you have to have self-confidence, but
yeah.
In the end,
You're just beating
not
a
it really.
the dead horse beating itself. I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like it doesn't really matter in the end.
So what actually inspired you to do comedy? Like, what was like the first like influential thing you saw?
The go-to thing.
Yeah. Can you pinpoint it to a singular thing?
I think just making people laugh. I can't pinpoint it to a singular thing that made me do it.
Fair enough.
I guess actually,
what about like an influence?
I had my cousin. My cousin did stand-up comedy, and then I was like, I gotta do better than him.
Oh, so that's what so it's a competitive aspect.
I think everything in life is a competitive aspect.
Oh,
yeah. If I want to do
talking
something, I want to do it good. I don't want to be shit at it.
Yeah. You don't.
But that comes from me failing all as a kid and stuff.
Oh yeah, with attempting to be successful anywhere, you can't be successful all the time.
Yeah. No. Well, I beg to differ. I think you could be successful at whatever you do if you put your mind to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you could stumble and fumble your way through it. It's like you can't be walking blind into something and do it perfectly like
of course,
like an idiot savant.
Yeah. No, I think that's true. Yeah. But yeah, I just think that if you stumble and fumble enough, you eventually will stop, and you'll get your ground.
Stop and you'll just
Like you stumble and then you just stop and you think about it for a second. And you go, well, I could do this. I could actually do this. It's just the beginning where as a kid we walked and we fell and we fell and we fell, and then eventually we just kept walking.
What? So, can you tell me about some times where it's like your experiences at doing stand-up? What was the name of the place that you went to?
The Stress Factory.
The Stress Factory. Would you tell me a bit about some of your experience there?
Well, it was a warm welcome. I mean, I was 16 when I first started.
Okay.
So everybody kind of you get looked at like you're everybody said, I wish I started when I was 16. Mm-hmm. Because they all started later, but they were great. But, I think that with that comes some sympathy. So, like, of course, I know when I'm getting sympathy laughs. Like, when I would have videos of me doing stand-up, and I would have, I would hear it. I would say a joke, and all you would hear is my mom laugh. And I think that beat down on me a little bit.
At least my mom thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, my mom thinks I'm pretty funny, but everyone else was But I just think that, like I was talking about it earlier before the show, comedy's subjective. So even if people didn't make me laugh, I didn't let it beat down on me enough where it would actually take me out. So I don't know. I just think that that started my career at the Stress Factory, was so warm welcome that, I thought, all these people that are doing it, I could do it just as good as them if I put my mind to that. And now that I have free time, just going at it.
So it was more so like just keep on chugging along, even if you don't feel like you're getting out of it what you are currently. It's like eventually you'll get what you want.
I like making people laugh. I like making people laugh. I like, that attention.
So is it, you're kind of doing it for yourself, but you're also doing it for other people too?
Yeah, I mean,
you like the way that other people make you feel.
Isn't that the basis of everything? Aren't you doing it for yourself and for other people?
You do it because you like the way other people make you feel. It's kind of like it's like the beginning of a beautiful toxic relationship.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I guess it is a pretty toxic relationship, but.
But you do it because you love it.
Yeah, no, in the end, I do love it. I love doing stand-up. I love the thought of bombing. I love the thought of succeeding. I love the thought of making people laugh. I think that in the end, though, it's all for me. So,
all right.
I think that every comedian or a lot of them also agree with that. In the end, the jokes are for you to laugh and not even like if the crowd laughs, they laugh.
In comedies, it's like what we're doing here. It's kind of like you're putting your foot to the coals, like a trial by fire kind of, or it's like, oh, here we go, the first heckler.
Oh no.
Here we are. Hello, welcome to Sound Off. You have a question for James here?
You're breaking up.
Uh-huh. Can you turn off the TV? Actually, we're getting a bit of feedback through the loop there on the TV.
Hey, this is Auntie Di.
Hi. She's talking. You're talking to the. You got to talk to the phone. You got to talk to the phone, not the TV. You got to turn the TV off. Yeah.
Okay. This is Auntie Di.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I want him to know that he should not be so self-deprecating, and that
Yeah.
we would like to hear a bit of him being him. And you know what? I think this is wonderful. Two young men on their career path. So thank you very much for giving him this platform.
Well, thank you for viewing. Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Bye.
So they want to hear a bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Just anything.
Yeah, right off the cuff. You're on the spot.
So, wow.
You're in the hot chair.
No, well, I've been watching a lot of news lately.
Okay.
I think news is where I get most of my I get all my my information from. So I watched the news. I saw in the news lately. What's his name? So Harrison Ford. He was gonna re-up for another contract to be on. He was gonna do another Indiana Jones, right? Mm-hmm. So, I thought that's really cool. It's he fights the Germans in the first one, and the second one he fights the Indians, and then the third one he's gonna fight dementia or anything like that. But I think they need to have like a cap at the end of or a cap for age in an action movie. The most I have seen my grandma do in like the past, she's same age as Harrison Ford. Most I've seen her do in the past 3 years is walk her dog and go to the bank. I don't know, like all of that comes to mind when I think of that. So how am I going to imagine a guy jumping off of a cliff and
how old is Harrison Ford? It's like you see the same
he's
thing
got to
with,
be he's pushing 75.
It's like the same thing with like Liam Neeson kind of too, where it's like they have to do like you see how like they cut up like the shots where it's just like like for every action sequence it's like they have to change the angle. Like,
it's just a bunch of stunt. It's just a stunt actor.
It's like in 1 second you'll get like 10 different shots in 1 second just to like make it. It's like just because he's moving like he's moving.
No, I think I mean that's just on spot. That's one of the sets I have, but all that comes to mind.
With the one before it, they killed him in the Crystal Skull. I think that was kind of what they were trying to get Shia LaBeouf to do,
Yeah, take the lead, but
and then Shia LaBeouf decided to go in his bag.
Nope. Yeah, he decided to pick up drugs instead. But I don't know. I that was just one of my bits. But I mean, if anybody is watching this and they want to see me, I do a lot of stuff around Fairfield County. So like bars and stuff. I think I'm gonna do something around. I'm gonna do something at this place near Sacred Heart. So all that stuff. But other than that, I don't know. If you want to see me do bits,
we got to get more scheduling done for sure. Because then we could inform the audience where they might be able to find you. So, can you tell me a bit more about like what your personal like experience with comedy? Can you tell me like a specific time where you went up on stage and how it made you feel?
You want to hear how I bombed?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
So the first, not the first time. So when I started doing comedy, they gave me the kind of the shit to the side. They gave me 2 minutes. So I get 2 minutes to do some work. I would make one joke, get off the stage, get a new person on. So they changed it. They changed it to 8 minutes. And the first time I did the 8-minute set, I think I said something that was a little out of pocket. I tried to go a little darker humor. I said, I guess it could have come off as racist, but
Oh,
you know, I don't know. I thought it was funny to myself, but I don't know. That came off, and just the crowd went silent. In the back of my head, you know, when I think of what I was doing, I sat there for a second. I waited for a laugh. Nothing happened, and I just thought, this is
yeah. So what's it kind of like? What's it kind of like doing comedy today, though, and like where audiences are kind of more like hostile to like, you know, darker humor.
Once again, I think I just do it for me. So what I write is what I write, and if I perform it and they don't like it, it's just how it's gonna be. If they don't like it, then they don't like it.
Would you keep on doing things that people don't like?
If I thought it was funny,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
All
I
right,
would do whatever I think is funny. I think is great, man.
Power to you, walking out into the bit of the danger zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually the biggest part that's hard with comedy is the support from other people. And it's not that I don't look for the support in the crowd as much as I would look for support with, like, you know, friends and stuff. So when I have people that, like, you know, they're like, hey man, don't like go down the wrong path here. I think it's a
Maybe you
cool
need some
hobby.
better friends.
Yeah. We look.
Just staring off a look.
We look to my best friend in the corner, and but yeah, all that I just think comes to mind when I think of staying with comedy. I think everything comes full circle. I think that if you like what's going on the stage, stay on the stage. And I say that to anybody. I don't know if anybody else is watching that's a comedian or wants to do comedy. If you stay on the stage and you just keep going for it, I'm sure that eventually you're gonna get some good feedback and you're gonna go and stick with it, man.
So even if, I mean, just don't do a Kramer, you know? If anything, you know, you could do the Andy Kaufman bit where you just start reading from The Great Gatsby.
Yeah,
you could do something like that.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman's a great guy. Never seen any of his stuff. Great guy.
Well, all right.
I know him personally.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I don't know. I just all that stuff.
Like in terms of like your favorite like comedian today, like who, like in terms of like, you know, really popular people, like who would you say is one of your favorites?
I mean, I want to say a couple names, but I feel like some of the names that I'm gonna say have been in some controversial things.
That's fine.
Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Though
Of course, I didn't even know he was sick.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on Sound Off. Do you have a question for James here?
How are you, John? I want you to know that I watch you every week, and I'm sorry that you just made this announcement that you are moving on to bigger and better things. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
You've done a spectacular job for us locally, and I'm sure you're going to conquer the world when you leave the Bridgeport metropolitan region. Well, I was going to ask your guest, you know, who are the comedians that influenced him? And whenever he's the first question, and the second thing is whenever you're doing like an interview like now, be prepared to get up and do a routine. This is a good opportunity to show your talent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Thank you, man. He sounds so familiar.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in. Do you have anything else?
Well, I was going to ask, like I said, who were the comedians that he would consider to be an influence?
we were actually just getting to that before you called.
So I missed it.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
But my inspiration, I kind of look to. I love Norm Macdonald. I mean, no one couldn't like reenact what he did. Louis C.K. You know, of course, he did some weird things. If anybody knows about that, but I think before him, he was a great comedic mind. A lot of people look towards Seinfeld. I don't really look towards Seinfeld. Bill Burr's great. You know, just all people like that. Even talk show hosts like Conan.
Here we are. We got another heckler. Hello, welcome to Sound Off. You have a question for James?
I'm not a heckler, I'm a jeckler. I wanted to wish you well, John, in your future endeavors.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Because the microphone was so terrible the other night, I couldn't hear where you're going.
West Virginia. I announced at the beginning of this episode.
Well,
hence
that I
the
heard, but
get
I
up,
didn't hear exactly what you're going to be doing.
Oh, yeah, I'll be for WDTV, local news in Bridgeport, West Virginia.
As a news person?
Yeah,
Or
I'll
as a
be
producer?
I'll be producing and I'll also be reporting.
Excellent. Well, I hope you'll send Gus some tapes or something so that we can see you. And I wish you well, and it's been a pleasure to watch you grow. I'm sorry we haven't met, but maybe when you're back in the area, Gus will arrange so that I can shake your hand.
Well, thank you very much, Cheryl. Thank you for listening.
Thank you,
I'll
and
send
thanks
in a
for having
piece.
a guest. Take care of yourself, dear.
Thank you. Take care. And I do plan on calling into Gus's show on Friday nights. So you haven't heard the last of me. It'll be.
Thank God.
But anyway, back to what we were saying. Lost my train of thought a bit.
No, just people I look up to and
Right.
people like that. But all that stuff is great to have inspiration. But I feel like you want to build your own name, build your own character. I mean, inspiration's great to get your foot in the door, but in the end, you want to just do what you find funny. So what other people find funny might not match yours.
Speaking of finding other people funny, how do you feel about the current cast of SNL?
I think it's probably the worst cast of SNL.
All right.
I don't think it's the best. I think that some of the
they're
writing's
lacking
a little.
something.
Yeah, I mean, what Keenan's probably the best part of SNL, and he's been there for
10 years at least.
so long. So I don't know. I think that SNL's gonna keep doing great because it's SNL. But,
People always tune into that.
Yep.
But all right, it's gotten a little too
political.
Okay.
I don't like political comedy.
No.
I don't like when they just joke about what's been going on or like all that stuff. I think that's the simple way out of actually making a good joke is making fun of a person and just making them look stupid on TV.
There's like complete misrepresentation of their character.
I mean, I guess if they've but
I guess you could call it a satire.
yeah. I don't know if I like satire comedy as much as other people like satire.
I forget who it was, but someone made a really good point, another comedian, where it's like, if you're going to do satire, you actually have to like or at least respect the person that you're doing the satire of, because else you're just coming from like a disingenuous place.
And I don't think Saturday Night Live thinks that at all. I don't think that they respect any of the people that they're portraying. I think that they just kind of think, well, this is going on in politics today, let's just...
They're appealing to their sort of in crowd, and that's about it.
Yeah, of course. But yeah.
Well, is there any other bit that you'd like to say before we go? We were wrapping up here. We got about 2 minutes left.
I could talk about my knee. So I actually recently just went through a surgery with my knee. And I thought I would do something about that. So
you can't do stand-up.
It was more of a sit-down comedy thing. I didn't know that I was always a bigger guy. I'm not skinny, as any of you guys can tell.
He's wearing a big coat too.
Yeah, I'm wearing a big coat, but I'm also extremely obese. But who knew being fat and an athlete doesn't mix at all. So I went through that and I got surgery. But since I got out of surgery, I think, I think that getting girls has been so tough. Like I mean, I wasn't good at like talking to girls before that, but once I lost the leg, I mean, dude, I look like what's it called? I look like a retired veteran chasing after like a teenager.
Oh.
I'm like limping towards them. It just doesn't mix at all. So.
All right, there we go. Sweet dreams.